Guys, a 30-year-old, as you said, from Toledo. And really, when you just talk about local baseball, and we all want more kids involved and see local kids do well, I think this is a story that everyone should get behind. I don't want Chris to win tonight because obviously the Indians need the win. But I think after you hear this interview and you see just what Chris Bassitt is about and know how many family members he's going to have here tonight, I think we're all going to be pulling for Chris Bassitt when it has nothing to do with the Indians. First thing we sat down to talk about was the Akron University program. If you guys remember, the baseball program went away just a few years ago. Chris was big on keeping teams together, keeping conversations going, to keep the team going. And lo and behold, the team will be back next year.
Very happy. I mean, it's just, I think we got to kind of cherish Northern baseball the way it is, and obviously the program coming back gives another opportunity for however many guys to get a chance to kind of do what I'm doing now, which I was very lucky to do. So, I mean, any program that kind of comes back and kind of gets where they're going, and I've heard new fields come and everything else, so, I mean, a lot of great things are coming to Akron.
When you're an Ohio guy like you are, and you know what it takes to make it, how big is it to have programs locally? And, because I think it's easy from the outside for people to say, because we talk about what we do in the Dominican, what we do all over, what baseball does is great. But having colleges that, when you're a high school kid in Toledo, Akron, Cleveland, that locally can help you get to where you're at.
Real big, honestly. I mean, I think more so, I think it's really just having people to look up to kind of thing. Obviously, the Indians do a great job of doing that, but I mean, Akron, Kent State, are obviously Kent's unbelievable program as it is, but I mean, like, any of those programs that just kind of produce someone that's like, hey, like, I legit have a chance to do this. And I mean, obviously, like I said, every program that kind of has a program that's doing well and everything else, giving a kid's chances. Not only that, but I mean, I feel sports teach you life more than anything. And I mean, just giving that opportunity to kids is a great thing.
All right, let's talk about where you're at career-wise. You went through Tommy John. And I think fans now, they hear that, and we've heard it for so long that we just kind of, oh, it's like a sprained ankle. It's not, and it takes a lot to come back from it, doesn't it?
I mean, it does, and I think Tommy John's kind of becoming so common nowadays that people think, all right, in a year they're going to be back, and that's just, I think the expectations of when someone needs to be completely back need to be kind of changed in people's mindsets, and I think organizations are doing a really good job of being like, hey, like, he's going to be in games in a year out from now, but he's not going to be who he was, kind of thing. So, I mean, I know Oakland has really done a great job, especially we have guys coming right now that are going through the Tommy John process, and I know every other team is too, but I mean, just the realistic expectations of, hey, you're not going to feel good. You're going to be on the mound here. You're going to be in games, but you're not going to be you for quite some time. So, I mean, just that grind when you actually get in games is a lot harder than people understand.
You've kind of broke through a little bit. I know last year, and I'll bring up the velocity because that's what everybody goes. You were like 88, 89, and you're battling. Now you're out there and you're back up to 96, 95. Your curve is – how good does that feel after going through that grind to now have that in the background of kind of learning how to pitch a little bit more?
I mean, it's huge because, I mean, you tell yourself a lot of days, especially for me last year, that this might be it. This might be my ceiling now. I don't know what I'm going to be, kind of thing. So all the hard work and all that stuff kind of paid off this spring training when I came back, and I was like, man, I feel just way different than what I did last year. And everyone's hard work, and I mean, I can say put it all on me kind of thing, but that'd be so just ignorant in the fact that, I mean, I've had so many people in my corner pushing me through like the hard days and saying like, listen, it's going to pay off. We don't know when it's going to pay off, but it's going to pay off. And I think everyone's kind of getting a reward kind of thing of, hey, this is what we were shooting for 6, 7, 8 months ago when we were really struggling.
Hopefully you'll get 30 starts, 35 starts this year. Be honest with me. How much are you looking forward to going on the mound tomorrow here and start?
I mean, I grew up an Indians fan. I mean, I've told everyone that. So, I mean, anytime I pitch here, I want to put my best foot forward, just not because I'm not on the team by any means. I know baseball. I mean, that's not the way it works, but I mean, this is the team that I grew up loving. I mean, Jim Thome, Kenny Lofton, all those guys. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, anytime I play here, it's very special to me just because of me growing up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the team that I always watch. So, I mean, yeah, this is a very special place to me.
Very special place for us as well. Very special guy, Chris Bassitt. Let's hope that his career can continue on. Hey, all three of us grew up in Ohio with the dream of playing. I agree with him. Having the dream alive for young kids is what this is all about, and hopefully Chris can do that for kids in Toledo all the way to Cleveland.